Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Lee, and we're on the Game of Tongues, where we work on speech anxiety in all its forms. And right now, we're talking to Moe. Say hello, Moe.
Hi, how are you?
And Moe is from New Jersey. And when I think of New Jersey, I always think of the Four Seasons. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
They were also called the Jersey Boys, and they did um, a musical on Broadway about the Jersey Boys some years ago, and it was terrific. And they were some kind of great singers, and they were popular when I was when I was a kid. So that shows how long ago that was.
hmm
But they were a lot of fun. Let's see. So Moe, let's see. Biggest problem is with groups. And okay, other than the coaching sessions you've had with me, how many videos, coaching videos, have you watched? Would you estimate
Of yours?
of anybody's? On SAC, you know.
Probably like 5, 6. I mean,
Okay,
now that I have my own, I just watch my own.
okay,
Just have
all
my
right,
own. It's no point of me,
okay. Do
watching.
you tend to rewatch them?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh huh.
Every day. Yeah.
You're a glutton for punishment, then.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Give me you gotta help me here. You gotta help me. I need a bright spot in my morning, I
Yes.
slammed the door on my toe. I
No
got
way.
a marble in my soup, and I know I'm getting older, and like everything hurts, and I need help. That's why I'm talking to you.
I
I
got
came
you.
to
I
you
got
for
you.
help.
I'll give you happiness. Don't worry.
That's right. So let's see here. Let me see here. What have we got? When we talked on July 22, Moe told me that he cut his stuttering from 10 a day to 7 a month. He said everyone knew he stuttered. Last bad one was yesterday. He told me that day. And on our third Skype, he said he couldn't really hardly remember his last bad except to groups, but he defined a group as two or more people. Um, we worked on a new speech plan then of pronunciation, enthusiasm, linking, and stopping. And we talked a lot about smiling, which I'm really hammering for because it takes it takes effort, but what the neurologists tell us is true. When you smile, you send a positive message, an endorphin type message, to every one of your 30 trillion cells. And the longer you can keep that smile on your face, the more positive messages you're sending, and the more you're changing the way you feel. And I will promise you that it will improve your health and your wealth in all respects. And it's you have every reason to bring a bright light into the room in all your conversations. And you say, well, this speech is a pain in the you know what, and it's still hanging there and it's bugging me. And I understand that. But I think you're beginning to see that you don't have to do it anymore, aren't you?
Yeah, a bit by bit, progress. Yeah.
So, what would you say at this point in terms of bad incidents? Um, did you have any in the past week?
I had one.
One bad in the past week. And tell us about it.
I was talking to my friend in his car. It it was going well, but then for some reason I started to talk. 1 second. One second. 1 second.
You started doing what?
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
No problem.
So I was in the car with my friend, and we were talking. I was doing fine, and then for some reason I started to talk fast.
Uh-oh.
And then you said that if you talk fast, eventually you will,
It'll nail you.
yeah. And then the word came up, we, and then I went woo woo woo.
No.
I was like, damn it, man! I was doing so good. How did I mess up, bro? And then I was so like disheartened. I was like, damn it, damn, I shouldn't have done that. If I just spoke slowly, just took my time, I would have been fine. But
What could you have done to salvage it once you started? Once you went wee, what could you have done?
I could have just stopped and just
Yes, you could have.
yeah, and then just said
Uh,
we.
and what else could you have done? There's something else you could have done.
I could have like said like I could have I
You could have
I could
held
have
the we.
yeah held a we
We need
we
to make sure that we're gonna get this thing right this time. We're not gonna do that again.
right.
So that's my view of it.
We okay we yeah could have done that but yeah. But like how do you deal with like the past like after you fail like and you feel sad and upset discouraged like you just keep going.
Try to laugh at yourself and at the situation. Say, can you believe how I messed up my speech?
That's what you're saying.
And then keep on talking, like about
Right yeah
something else. Make
yeah
light of it. Look, you're a human being, so you're not perfect. So what? Who is? Nobody you know. Everybody has problems. Everybody's making mistakes. They're just making different ones than you make.
right
And
okay
people don't care. As I've told you before, people don't care about your speech. If they can understand you, and if you're not making them wait too long, I mean, if they say, "What's your name?" and you go, ah, 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 well, they may walk away because they don't want to wait. But so you're not making people wait. You're not
yeah
making them.
yeah
You're not slowing down the world. So
yeah
hey, and most people do the same thing you did there, except it's not fear driven.
right yeah
Therefore, if they don't think about it, and they don't think you should or anybody else should think about it, and they're down the road thinking about something else. And that's the way you got to view these kind of mistakes. And
right
just say, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. What could I have done better? I could have stopped. I lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
mm.
Or well, we need to take care of that now. I not sure what I want to say.
Mm.
So what? So what? The size of your problem is minuscule in the scheme of your life. You are not now even prevented from communicating. Are you, Moe?
No,
You're
not
working on smoothing out your speech and getting happier with your speech. Learning crutch 11, talk softly, slowly, use extreme pronunciation. Be enthusiastic, Moe, and smile, mate. Smile.
mm.
Smile. Those are the speak like a king. That's what that is. You can do this, but you've got to think about it. You've got to practice it. You have some bad habits. Fine. You're going to unlearn them. That's all. You're going to
Yeah, that
teach yourself some new habits. You already are. And life gets better by the day, doesn't it, Moe?
indeed it does. It does get better.
And you're in charge of it. You're in charge of it. You know, the happiest people, Moe, are rarely the rich, famous, and beautiful. They're people working hard, doing good, and having a great attitude about everything. But the most important words of the book are we have free choice, say it,
We have free choice
to accept or reject thoughts.
to accept or reject thoughts.
Nothing compels us to think anything
Nothing compels us to think anything
except our own desires.
except our own desires.
So use your mental switch
So use your mental switch
and dictate your thoughts.
and dictate your thoughts.
Believe that you can improve,
Believe that you can improve,
and you will.
and you will.
These are the thoughts that save us and empower us to take control of our thinking, which controls our words and our deeds, and therefore our lives.
Mm.
We have tremendous we have tremendous power over our lives. No, we're not going to grow wings. We're not going to be president of the universe or something, nor would we probably want to be. Um, but we can achieve our reasonable goals.
Mm.
That we can do. And we can enjoy our success more than our achievement of those things, more than so many people enjoy anything. There's so many people, no matter what they achieve, they're miserable. You can see it.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of tennis. I love professional tennis. And some of those players are, like most people, congenitally happy, and others are congenitally sad. It seems like whether they're winning or they're losing, you know. But they no, I don't think anyone has ever talked to them about changing the way they view what they're doing and how much fun they're happening and having and how many nice things they can do for other people in the course of a day. Little things. I mean,
Mm.
you know, holding doors for people and uh, it's being considerate. You know, it's like example. You know, you're in a room with your family and you get up to go get something from the kitchen, and when you get up, you say, "I'm going to get something to drink. Can I get anybody anything?" It's a little thing, but you're thinking about other people when you do it. And wait, if you can go through life kind of just trying to think about the other person. If somebody's on the phone and you've got the radio on or something loud, turn it down. Give them a chance. If you're on the phone and somebody else is listening to the radio too loud, go talk somewhere else. When you're in the traffic, don't cut people off.
I
Slow
do that all
down.
the
What?
time. I do that all the time. I cut people off.
You know,
Yeah.
when you see somebody there, you're going down the road like this, and there's somebody from a blind spot trying to come out onto the road. Stop. Let them out.
Mm.
Give them a break. Go through life looking for ways to make it easier on other people. Think about somebody other than yourself. Your speech is going to get better by the minute. And you're going to have even more reasons to smile because you're contributing and you're helping other people survive. I've told you before that the greatest philosopher, in my opinion, ever, other than maybe Socrates and Plato, was Voltaire. And he said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation,
Yeah.
meaning they hang on by their fingernails. Well, it's not just you and me that are hanging on by our fingernails, it's everybody else. So the thing is, the more we can help other people hang on to their fingernails, the easier it is for us to hang on to by our own fingernails. And that's just the way it is because you get a lot of satisfaction out of seeing people turn their, do better. I get a huge amount of satisfaction from seeing people like you turn their lives around and go from walking around with a cloud over your head all the time, like lightning's going to hit you in 5 minutes, to the sun's out and you're going to have a good time and you're going to do a lot of interesting good things. In the greater scheme of things, your case is very mild. Not
Mm.
extremely mild, but it's very mild. But should you have it? Not for a minute. There's no reason for you to have it. And you're not going to have it. You're going to stay on this program while you talk to me and way beyond that and continue to go up
Mm.
with your speech and everything related to it because you can. You can dictate your thinking. When you think negatively about anything, you don't have to tolerate that. You can substitute something else for it. I'm tired. No, I'm full of energy today. I can't believe my energy level. It's terrific. I can't wait to get this done and to do that and to climb a hill and to ride a bike and to go to work and wash my car, blah, 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 blah. It's fun.
Mm.
So, looking at your notes, so you had one bad last week, and in the past week, why won't my cursor work? um, in the last week, how much time did you spend daily per hour, if any, thinking negatively about your speech?
Only after I stuttered. So that day. So like,
Okay, so you weren't thinking about it during the week.
yeah.
Okay, all right, that's positive. Now, after you had that event and then you were thinking negatively about it, what did you do after the event?
I tried to think positive. I was like, you know what?
Okay,
It's okay. It's only one time. Get back on the track and start reading more. You know.
okay, and
Yeah.
all right, and I love to speak, I love to say my name, etc. That kind of thing. Ah, we lost him. Ah, bummer. I'll have to. There, I lost you,
Yeah.
lost you. Um,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
did you say things like, I love to speak, I love to say my name, when I speak, calm floods my body, that kind of thing?
No, I didn't do that.
Well,
That's only when
it
I do my.
okay.
Yeah.
Try and view a negative thought as something that you want to drown in a flood of contrary positive affirmations.
Okay.
Always remembering the most repeated thought becomes your reality.
Mm.
You
Okay.
do enjoy speaking when it goes well, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do.
And so you're going to have more and more and more of that good experience. And that's going to always be well received. And you can continue to improve it. You can, if you want to work on speaking like a king, that's another way to take your speech up multiple levels. Are you coming to Sam meetings? I can't remember right now.
I came 2 times and then I forgot about it. Forgot about it.
Would you like it if I forgot my appointments with you?
No.
No, well then don't forget your SAM meetings. Look, go to those SAM meetings. You need to be there. Your presence helps others, and anything you say or ask or whatever helps others, and it helps you to say something. You know, um, coaches cure no one. PWS heal themselves. Coaches provide suggestions, a roadmap. Students drive the road. So you got to coming to those meetings. I mean, didn't you enjoy it when you came to SAM meeting?
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
did.
mean, it's a good use of your time. And these
Yeah.
are all people from all walks of life. I mean, we got everything there. Um, there are a lot of nice people there. And there are a lot of people who understand your problem. They all do. And they've all either beaten it or they're beating it. They're somewhere in the curve of fluency
Mm.
and helping each other by being there. So you need to come and you need to participate and it's important. And it's your community. They're your people.
Right.
You can't find anything like that anywhere else on the planet. It doesn't exist.
Mm.
So you've stumbled on a diamond is what you did. And you want to enjoy it. You stumbled on the water in the desert. So stick around the well, and give us a hand, keeping it tidy and helping
I'll be
everybody have access to it.
I'll be
So,
there Saturday.
okay. Now, planning words in the past week. Well, even right now in this conversation, how many words have you planned, if any, since we started talking?
None. I don't think I did.
None.
None.
Exactly.
None. No.
How do you explain that? You're talking fine. How do you explain the fact that you're talking so well and you haven't planned any of your words? What is that?
It's practice, I guess.
It sounds like Crutch 13 to me. What's
Crutch third.
Crutch 13?
Speak without thinking, planning words.
Exactly. And Crutch 13 is fluency. That's what fluency is.
Don't see it.
So, in effect, without even thinking about it, you've been totally fluent with me. Totally, totally, 100% fluent.
Yeah.
What kind of a mystery is that? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, you must be doing something. What do you think you're doing?
I'm speaking without thinking.
And how is this happening? I mean,
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I guess it's a habit now. I guess I don't know.
this is a strange thing. The less you try, the better you do. This is a new kind of sport, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's true. With speech, your brain is so far ahead of you. It's so many miles down the road. It's picking up stuff and it's transmitting constantly, and it's way ahead of you. And this is why you need to dictate some thinking, because you want to make sure when you get negative thinking, like I'm going to stutter, I'm going to have a speech problem, or I'm going to hurt somebody, or I'm going to do something I know is wrong. Any thinking like that. Everybody gets the same thoughts.
Mm.
Don't think for a minute, Moe, that you've ever had a thought that I didn't have at your age, because you haven't, including some of the ones we talked about off Skype.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody, we are very close to identical, Moe, but we can make ourselves into much better people by dictating our thinking, by programming our mental computer and not leaving it to chance, to the environment, to the winds that blow across wherever we are, good and bad things. We got to be firm and resolute in trying to keep our minds full of positive thinking. As the metaphysician said, evil cannot enter a mind already full.
Mm.
Your job and mine is to keep our minds full of positive thinking. It will never be perfect. We will never rule out all negative thinking. We never will. But we can resist it and we can mitigate it and we can continue to reduce it.
Mm.
You know, all of life is about growth and self mastery. Your life and mine is not about beating the guy next to you at anything. It's about, can you master yourself? If you do, you're going to have a great life. Say, well, I'll never do it perfectly. No, you probably won't. But you can do a lot better than you're doing, and so can I. And I know one thing, I'm going to keep trying till they take me out feet first.
Mm.
I'm never going to quit. Self improvement is something that never ends. No, I can't sing the way I once sung. I can't play third base the way I played it in college. I can't play ping pong the way I did when I was chosen to play the US boys champion in St. Louis in an exhibition match. I can't do a lot of things I used to do, but I can do many things now that I couldn't do then, like help you and a lot of other people. That's an example. And when I coach you, I hope you win, but I think I win too. It's not a one-way street. Nothing is. But I want you to overtly work on your karma. You know what I mean by karma?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to work on that at the same time you work on your speech. I want you to be determined to project the happy guy that you can be if you wish to be, and
Mm.
share that with other people. Just by changing your karma. You know, Andy Rooney was a great news anchor. He used to do the tail end of 60 Minutes years ago, probably before you were born. He's dead now. But he used to say, everybody deserves to be greeted with a smile. I think he was right. What do you think?
I think he's right as well.
So you and I'm not a poster boy good example of what I say. You know, I'm like the father who says, do as I say, not as I do. That's who I am. I'm trying to do what I say, and I'm doing some of it, but I'm not doing it anything close to perfectly. I'm just trying. And I want you to try. Will you try to project this karma we're talking about?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. See how many people today you can make laugh and smile who weren't when you greeted them. I make a game out of laughing because, back to Voltaire, laugh and make laugh was his motto. I adopted that from him. I plagiarized that thought from him. He said laughter saves us from insanity. I want to find a reason to laugh as much of every hour or even minute as I can. Find the laugh. It's there. I can remember years ago when I was engaged to be married and I was staying at my to be wife's house with her parents, and I couldn't seem to warm to her parents or they to me. And until I came running down the stairs, the back stairs into their kitchen, and their whole family was down there in the kitchen. And I caught my foot on the carpet and I went head over heels down the stairs. And I bounced right up because I was made of rubber at the time. I didn't know. And those, my wife to be's mother broke into a paroxysm of laughter. I mean, we, I finally managed, I found a way to her heart, you know, get a laugh. And it sort of helped break the ice, and we then started getting along a lot better. But that was a hard way to get a laugh. I'm not recommending that one, but
Mm.
but but the point is, anything you can do to get a laugh, it's it takes thought to get laughter. Comedians are very funny people. We have one guy, one student, who is a stand-up comic. He's a very funny guy, and he comes to SAM meetings on quite a bit. And his name is Steve. And you'll he doesn't say much, but when he does make a comment or something, it's usually hilarious. He usually has everybody laughing. And he wrote a success story that's priceless. And if you go on SAC and type in Steve, um, and you see the one that says stand up comic, there are more than one Steve. Um, that's the guy. And read his success story because it's a killer. It was just posted within the last month,
Okay.
and it's really good. I mean, he's analyzed. He's very intelligent. He's analyzed it from every way you can do it. We had another one just posted by a guy named Gary, who also comes to our SAM meetings. And Gary is the oldest guy to ever post a success story other than me, and he's 71. And his story is terrific too because he had every kind of therapy you can imagine. He describes them. And then he also says he really describes our program in great detail. And he told me not long ago when we had a Skype session, and he said, "Well, I did it. I did it." And I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "I finished them. I finished." I said, "Finished what?" And he said, "Reading all the success stories." I said, "Gary, you're the only guy alive other than yours truly who's read all the success stories." And I said, "So what did you think?" And he said, "Unbelievable. Incredible. You want to get an upper? Make your spare time reading the success stories. Just take it from the first one at the top and go through them. You won't believe some of those stories. You won't believe them. Success, stuttering stories with happy endings. That's what they are. And you're going to be on there eventually. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know I am. Just a matter of time.
That's right. You're getting
Yeah.
there. You're getting there. You're getting there. Um, So, in the past week, we established a minute ago that you haven't been thinking about stuttering when talking to me today. That's obvious.
Mm.
Um, During the week, how much, if any, of the time have you thought about and planned your words? Tried to plan them, if any.
Small amount, like very small, like
10%, 5%, 1%?
10%, 10% maybe.
Okay.
Ten
Um,
percent.
and now, now that's something we need to attack. That's
Right.
an enemy. That is the number one enemy.
Mm.
Planning, and because the minute you start planning words, you create you stimulate the habit. You turn the engine on to stuttering. That's the beginning of stuttering. And then you have a hesitation and
Mm.
fear, and boom, you're back in the trap, and you have to use a crutch or something. Nothing wrong with using crutches. I still use one, but I don't need them very. I could go weeks or months without using a crutch, and then I might use 5 crutches in 5 minutes, and then not use them again for months. I don't have a problem with that. I'm glad I know them and they're useful, but um, 99 plus percent of my words are totally unplanned. 99.9999 are unplanned, and the same amount is. I mean, I have what you might call a residue. I have a memory of stuttering, um, and I remember it still. And every once in a great while, there's a word that will want me to get hung up on it, but I never do
Mm.
because I know too many ways to avoid it. At my point, all I really need to think about, MOHI, is to be enthusiastic when I speak. When you're fearful, go the other extreme. Say, oh, fearful, really? I can't say we, huh, huh, in a pig's eye. I can shout it from the rooftops. You start thinking fear. Think, no, 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 no. I'm going to be enthusiastic. I'm going to be passionate about this. Let's go to the ball game. I got great seats. This is going to be terrific. My name is Mohi. MOHI. This is Coach Lee, and we're having fun with our speech. Turn anxiety into enthusiasm, as does Prathusha. When you feel it, say, oh, this is my engine of excitement. Now I go into my extreme MOE, Mr. Enthusiasm, Pep MOE, Smiling MOE. I'll bet you something. If every time you were about to have a problem, you started smiling, the problem would dissipate that fast, like that, right in the face of it. Oh, we, yes, that's the word. So, what are you doing on a daily basis to help your speech?
Same thing. The 3 time also suggestions. Reading the book 1 hour a day. Listening to my recordings while I sleep, and I'm trying to do the speech plan. Link less stop. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Aloud, day. Uh, 3 times mind training treatments. Um, and wait a minute, listening to recording when sleeping and using speech plan. What is your speech plan?
Less link pronunciation and stop.
And you find it very effective, don't you, Moe?
Yeah, when I'm consciously like using it. Yeah, not
You
unconscious.
mean when you use your tennis racket, you're successful with getting the ball back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay. Well, that's really good news.
yeah.
But when you leave the racket on the bench, then you have a problem, right?
Exactly. That's correct.
So you have to stop and run get it.
Takes a lot of practice.
Oh God.
A lot of practice.
Oh Jesus.
Lots of practice.
Oh. What do you oh yes, you're working with Uber right now, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes.
Yeah. How's that going? Okay?
Yes, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, what's your game plan for the future?
Game plan is still work on the less link stop pronunciation.
Okay. And how about tell me about your game plan as to what you're going to do. I mean, you're 23 years old. You know, you're a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Um, so what do you plan? What's your 5 year game plan here?
5 year game plan is to become a great speaker, right? Talk to audiences, people, large groups. Um, get fit, get jacked. Um, Start a business with my friend, as we talked about prior. Um,
Good.
yeah, move out, try to be on my own foot. Simple stuff. You know,
Okay.
yeah,
All good.
yeah.
So when I was your age, I was in law school still, but um, I I read a lot of self help books, and they helped me a lot. And I can't remember which one. I think it was Ben Franklin's autobiography that,
Mm,
but I could be wrong. Where he had like a 5 year plan, and then he would have like a 2.5 year plan, and then a 1 year plan, and then he would have like um, a 6 months plan,
mm,
and then he had like a 1 month plan, then he had a 1 week plan, and then he had a daily plan,
mm,
and he started out at the far end. Where do I want to be? And then, well, okay, then if I want to be here in 5 years, I got to be here in 2.5 years in order
mm,
to get there in five. And to be here in 2.5, in 1 year, I got to do this.
mm,
And to be here in 1 year, I got to do this in 6 months. And to be here in 6 months, I got to do this in 1 month. And to be here in 1 month, I got to do this week. And then to do that in 1 week, what do I got to do today? You know, pretty good plan. Have you ever tried anything like that?
Yeah, I do as of now.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it because I think the more concrete you make your objectives, the easier it's going to be to achieve them. The more
Exactly.
likely it'll be. Because
Yeah.
time gets away from all of us. Time is, boy, time is a friend to no one in terms of, I mean, it just flies away. It just goes
Time
away.
time goes by so fast. So
And the older you get, the faster it goes. It's just
fast.
it's mind-boggling. At my
Exactly.
time, it's just like it's a flash of light is a day. And it just it's so scary. But all we can do is our best and keep working at it, and that's the main thing. So I like what you're doing, and I think you're making a lot of progress. And I think we need to go. Our first step is 1 month without a bad incident. We got to get there,
Yeah.
and then we need to post a success story and go to the next. Then start going for second base, loving to speak, and then that's when the more you come to Sam, the more you talk, joining Toastmasters, seeking conversations with groups. There are two people at a party. Instead of talking to one, go talk to where there are two and get comfortable. And when you're there, then go to group with three, and then five, and seek out those things and just you talk a little bit more in each environment than you used to do, which was maybe none or
Mm.
very little. You do more than that, and you gradually. It's like lifting weights. The more you do, the more you can do, and the more you realize the obvious truth. Audiences are irrelevant to your ability to speak.
Right. Yeah. I know that, but like in my head, it's just like no, like
Yeah,
sorry.
but you're overcoming that though. You're
Right. Yeah.
beating
I
that.
am. I am. I am.
You beat it one conversation at a time. And every one you win, you get a check mark, a star, a trophy. Way to go. MOHI, give
Yeah.
yourself credit, man. You
Yeah.
got to do it. You got to give your it's very important and it's also one of the most important things in overcoming a speech problem is not grading yourself too harshly. It's
Right.
pass or fail. And a fail means unquestionably speech disabled. Unquestionably.
Mm.
If it doesn't reach that level, you get a pass. You get a pass and check mark, star, trophy, pass.
Mm.
Because it's either pass or fail. It's not, oh, did you get 95? No, no, no. It's 65 is passing, okay? If you get 64.9, we got a problem. If you get 65, trophy, celebration, because that 65, when you don't get less than a 65, is just a question of time until you're getting 95 to 100. Because when you realize you're not going to fail, as one of my buddies, my guy from Norway who had a terrible stuttering problem, told me, he said when he just realized that he wasn't going to get stuck anymore, and he was using singing.
Mm.
He would sing to his friend. When he got singing and everybody laughed, and he did too, and including his teachers, he said, I realized I wasn't going to get stuck anymore. In other words, he could communicate. You say, well, I don't want to sing. I'm being like a fool. But it's temporary. He doesn't sing anymore. He uses humming sometimes, sort of like singing, but not exactly. Less and less and less until he's doing what you've been doing today, just using crutch 13 and talking away. But for the first time in his life, he began communicating at a normal pace. Isn't that wonderful?
Amazing. Amazing.
And I think he may be a year or two younger than you. I don't know.
Mm.
And he's like a physics major, and he's a hard worker. But You're way around the track. You're way around. You're way around the track. You're way around the track. We just you got to realize how far around the track you are more. You got to accept it more. You got to celebrate where you are more. You got to smile more. You got to try to look for the laughter in everything. Try and find a funny angle to everything.
Mm.
You know, my anger used to be such that, if I was brushing my teeth and the brush dropped out of my hand or something, I would get mad at that, you know, or some stupid thing, I hit my knee on the desk going by or something. I get mad at that. Now I just laugh at all that stuff. It's just being human. I'm not hurt. I'm fine. I want to laugh at it. Look at life through a prism of humor. Make it a point and spread it. It's like your smile and your laugh are like a virus. They affect everybody in a positive way. And you want to do that. Isn't that what you'd like to bring to the group?
Yes.
And you can
Yes.
do this. The same time you're working on your speech, work on this. Work on this.
Being happy, like smiling, laughing.
Exactly.
Mm.
I mean, I know I laugh at a lot of things that are silly, and some people say, "Well, why?" My wife does it to me sometimes. We're sitting in bed we're watching something, and all of a sudden I start laughing, and she says, "What are you laughing at?" And I say, "I really can't tell you. I just I feel like laughing." It's it's a snowball. It's again, it's how you look at it. And it takes less to make me laugh than most people because I'm constantly looking for the funny side of everything.
Mm.
And as I say to myself, when I'm laughing, I'm happy.
Mm.
Do you think that's true?
Yes. When I'm
And it
laughing.
is true. When you're laughing, you cannot be unhappy. So, you want to be happy? Let's get laughing. He said, find something. What's funny? I don't know. You're funny for openers. You make me laugh.
Yeah.
so, so a crazy old fool in Bermuda.
Yeah. I like him.
Well,
I
he
like that.
likes you too.
That's amazing. We we like each other.
So we're getting there. We're getting there. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go because I got another
Okay.
call.
Okay.
Another needy soul.
Thank you so much, and I love you.
I love you too, mate. Have a great
Yeah.
day. All
You
right.
too. Have a good one.
All
Bye.
right.